All right, well, good evening. My name is Roger Ballard, CEO for Nuvision Credit Union. I just want to cover, before we officially start our annual meeting of members, I want to cover just some housekeeping information. First, this is an in-person meeting, but we also have some virtual participants via Zoom, so we've got some folks online. So we will record this meeting, and we make it available on our website for those members who weren't able to attend the live meeting. All remote participants will be muted, just so we can make sure we have a good meeting experience. Sometimes we get some background noise. We're trying to limit that. And if at the end of after the official business meeting, we have just a Q&A time. So for anyone who is online, I'll be asking for questions in the room, and then anyone who's participating via Zoom, there's a Q&A icon at the bottom of the Zoom screen. If you click on that, you can submit your questions really at any time starting now, and then we can take those when we get to that section of the evening. So with that, I also want to just briefly introduce, oh, there he is. I was like, where is he? Where'd Steve go? Our parliamentarian, Steve Ballion. I'm glad you could be here. He's going to help us with any procedural questions that we might have. And that's all I've got for the moment to my report during the official meeting. So with that, my pleasure to introduce our board chair, Ted Humphrey.
Thank you. My name is Ted Humphrey, and as chairman of Nuvision Federal Credit Union, I now call the 88th annual meeting to order. We have the slide of the agenda. We will have the approval of the 2022 minutes, the chairman's report, the treasurer's report, CEO's report, supervisory committee report, old and new business, nominating committee report, adjournment, and after the adjournment, we will have time for question and answers. At this time, I would like us to stand, face the flag, and honor the flag with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now call on Board Secretary Jim Murray to confirm if we have a quorum. A determination has been made that a quorum exists, so at this point, we will have two motions. The first motion, a recommended motion, and I apologize, the minutes have been provided to the attendees, but I have a recommended motion, a motion to waive the reading of the 87th annual meeting minutes. That's a motion. Do I have a second? A second from Randy Miser from the audience. All those opposed? All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. A recommended motion to approve the 87th annual meeting minutes as presented. A motion from Yuri Nakagawa and a second from Director Cullum. Any opposed? All those in favor? Aye. I would now like to present the chairman's report. First, I would like to present the board of directors. I am your chair. Our vice chair is Sonia Strota, Michael Donahue, Jim Meyer, John Cullum, Robert Gerasi, Brian Hickey is remote, Haiku Lee is remote, Bill Murray, Yuri Nakagawa, and Matt Woodruff. During 2023, the board reduced the number of directors from 13 to 11, and the board continues to retain highly qualified directors, and we aspire for the board to be reflective of our member owners. I would like to introduce Director Emeriti, Jim Lepere, who is in the audience, Steve Vogeting, who is remote, and Lucius Mack, who served with us on the board and as an emeritus and who passed earlier this year. I would like to introduce the Supervisory Committee, Doug Haig, Karen Sudica, and Matt Woodruff. The board proudly represents the interests of all of our members around the country, including Alaska, Arizona, California, Washington, and Wyoming. It is our job to make sure we remain a financially sound, thriving organization that has a clear direction and a path to success. We are here to ensure Nuvision is best serving your specific financial needs now and in the future for the life you build. Now, this is a responsibility we take very seriously. Nuvision's story has always been of change and improvement to ensure we continue to thrive. As you know, we were founded to serve Douglas aircraft employees. And just yesterday, I was at the original plant area of Douglas Aircraft, and Douglas Aircraft in that plant has moved into different directions, but Nuvision is still here to serve its members. Over the last few years, we have crystallized our brand to focus exclusively on best serving our members for the life they build, articulating the Nuvision difference as another competitive advantage. At this point, I would like to introduce Michael Donahue, Treasurer, to present the Treasurer's report.
Thank you, Ted. Yeah, I will, as Ted mentioned, I will present the 2022 financial highlights. Our assets grew to more than $2.9 billion last year. We had total loans increased to $2.3 billion, and our member shares grew to over $2.5 billion. And I'm proud to report today that we are now a $3 billion company. So our growth has been steady, but we've done it with security in mind. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the CEO of Nuvision, Roger Ballard.
Thank you, Michael. Good evening, all. Glad you're here. My report will comprise comments about Nuvision, just to remind those who may be new, though many of you are not, a little bit about who Nuvision is today in 2023. I'll talk some about our 2022 results and the progress we've made, and I'm going to be talking some about 2023. It is already September of this year, so some of what I'll be describing will include some of the progress we've made this year. And then lastly, and certainly importantly, I want to talk about our Nuvision Cares initiative. It's really how we're having impact in a number of the communities that we serve. So first, about Nuvision. Two things I want to point out is our purpose as well as our vision. At Nuvision, our purpose, at Nuvision, we help build lives for people. When we talk about people, we're talking about our members, our communities, as well as our team members. And I'll talk more about that, particularly in the Nuvision Care section of my report. I will say our team has a very big heart, and they're the ones who really help us deliver upon this purpose. Our vision is Nuvision's passion and commitment to enhance members' lives will achieve best-in-class member experiences. And what I would say is that is a aspirational target because the bar is always moving up in terms of what members expect from us in terms of an outstanding experience. What we do know is that more and more of our members are expecting us to have great digital capabilities that are easy and convenient for them. And we also know we still have some members who won't touch the digital and they only want branches and others. So it's up to member preferences. But that's what we're striving to do for all of our members, is provide them a best-in-class member experience. Members, we always get lots of testimonials, on the screen here. There's a few of them. And the first one, I'll just read a couple of these. The first one was my favorite, from a member who won one of our giveaways from our Added Advantage giveaway. I'll talk about that. We have a loyalty program. And this member says, my favorite part of being a Nuvision member is that it's taught me how to manage my money and to be responsible with my finances. This is a college student. I plan on using the $2,000 prize money on tuition next semester at University of Alaska. I've been on scholarship and grants, working hard not to take out student loans. Currently studying to get my computer science degree. So somebody absolutely on the right track, working hard, and going to use the prize money to good use. Another member said, the services and products you offer are top-notch. I appreciate all the communication I receive about credit card pre-approvals and the various webinars you offer. I also love that Nuvision treats me like a family member that helps me strive for greater financial success. And that's when we talk about helping people build lives, that's a big part of what we do. How can we help them position themselves to reach their goals, reach their aspirations? Now, I'm honored to work with, we've got over 500 team members on our team, and as part of that, we've got an outstanding executive team who I'm honored to work with. So I just wanted to briefly introduce them. Kathy Dominguez is our Chief Experience Officer, and she's in the room here for those who are online, won't be able to see her. Brian Hirschfield is our Chief Financial Officer right up front here. Tammy Ortega, Chief People Officer. Lily Lee is our Chief Credit Officer. And Pedro Quintanilla is our Chief Risk Officer. So honored to work with these fine executives. So Michael talked about our 2022 results, so I won't spend a lot of time on this. We ended the year just under $3 billion in assets, $2.3 billion in loans, and $2.5 billion in member shares, also known as deposits. What I'd say, and certainly given this year and some of the events of earlier this year, is that we've got a strong foundation, a strong capital base, 11% roughly capital ratio, which is very strong. So we're safe, secure, and strong, and that's really an important. We have a conservative approach when it comes to managing our finances. Because we want to always be able to weather any storm that comes our way. We've been around now. This is our 88th annual meeting, so we've been around a while, and we're managing the credit union so that we can continue to always be here to serve our members' needs. Now, I talked about that I'd share some of the progress that we made in 2022 and some in 2023. And so I want to talk about how we've been enhancing the member experience in a few different avenues, if you will. One is the expanded digital account access, making it easier for our members to do the business they want to do, when they want to do it, on their phones or otherwise. We've enhanced our branch network, and that we've also offered some new member resources. We've been doing some new webinars this year that our members have really taken advantage of. And then lastly, I alluded to this earlier with the giveaways. We have an outstanding loyalty program called Added Advantage that we've had for a while and keep enhancing it, and our members really have given us positive feedback. So on the digital side, more and more of our members want to do things on their phone whenever they want to do them, or on their computers. So one of the areas that we knew could be improved, we've had the capability, but it's like, how can we make it easier for members, is the digital deposit account opening. And our teams are working really hard to make improvements, get member feedback, and even engage with a design firm to make it more intuitive, easier, faster for members. And the teams have made some great progress. We have now made it so much easier for members to open up an account online, live, end to end, could be 9 o'clock at night, and they can open up that account on their phone and take advantage of some great rates. This year to date, we've opened over 3,000 deposit accounts through this digital capabilities. And that's 170% greater than we did this time last year. So members have really taken advantage. And in fact, what we're seeing is, out of all the new deposit accounts that we open at Nuvision Credit Union, now 15% are through the digital channel, end to end. So we're really pleased because we made it easy and real time, our members are really taking advantage of that. Something else that I remember, I think it wasn't the first time I'd heard about it, but it did come up at an annual meeting more than once a number of years ago. There was a request from members to have Zelle, and for those who aren't familiar with Zelle, it's a kind of a person-to-person is what's best known for. Easy way to send money to your friends or family is the most typical way that you're using it. It's quick and it's free for members, and so you can do it, again on your phone if you'd like to. So we launched it, the Zelle service, in September of 2022, again, free to members. And so far, we've had greater than 300,000 transactions completed by members, so they're really taking advantage of the service. And for those who use it, just to give a little bit of, insight, we've got those who use it 24 transactions per active Zelle user, and the average transaction amount is somewhere around $211. So the ones who are using it a lot. We've also been enhancing, we know many of our members, very much value our 26 branches that we have, and so we continue to make enhancements to our branch network. Some of this is hot off the press. Yesterday, the Long Beach branch opened. We relocated the Bolsa branch because we also have Ettinger in Huntington Beach. We now have a branch in Long Beach that opened yesterday, so we're really excited about that and already serving members, and the team did just a great job on opening that location. And then we also earlier this year, or I should say last year, opened up the Wasilla branch. And Wasilla, Alaska, that's the fastest growing area of Alaska, that Mat-Su Valley area they call it. And we had an in-store branch, which is an small branch inside of a grocery store. It just wasn't large enough to serve the growing needs of our members in that community. So we moved it into a freestanding building. You can see an illustration here. And it has drive-up service. It has intelligent ATMs, ITMs, which can do many more transactions compared to an ATM, and you can even get to a live person through extended hours. So it's a great advantage and a great enhancement to serving the Wasilla community. We're doing something very similar in Fairbanks, where we had a smaller branch, and now we're in process of building, it should open by the end of this year, a freestanding Fairbanks branch, very similar to what we did in Wasilla with drive-up. It's pretty cold in Fairbanks for those who've been there, so the drive-up is particularly nice. So we're looking forward to opening that location with enhanced services later this year. In Mesa, Arizona, we were invited while Boeing has not grown as much, shall we say, in Southern California. They are continuing to grow in that Mesa, Arizona area, and we have actually been on the plant where they build Apache helicopters for at least 2 decades, longer than I've been with the credit union. It was already there, and they've been expanding that site, and we were recently invited by Boeing to a larger location in a more prominent location on the plant, and we're looking to open up a new on-plant location, new and expanded, by roughly the first part of next year. So, and in addition to that, our members have been asking for many years, because that's a secure site, so only the Boeing employees can access that branch, to open up a public-facing branch. So we are in the process of acquiring land and building a branch, a public-facing branch in Mesa, Arizona. Not only will that serve some of the members, family members and such who have been part of our Boeing family of members, but what we also, when we had a merger partnership back in 2018 with Denali, there's a number of Alaskans we've learned who do winters in that Arizona area. So that's going to be a nice advantage for the members who spend some time in Arizona around the winter. We also added additional member resources in the form of live webinar. We've had 2 series that we've offered. One is Nuvision Insights that I host, and really the topics vary. So these are live webinars. We record them, but we offer them live, and they're free to attend. And so, for example, the first one we did was right around when there was that banking crisis, Silicon Valley Bank and some of the others that were having challenges. We talked about, in essence, particularly my view, of the strength of the banking system and the credit union system, and we answered member questions, because we were getting a lot of calls and wondering about, questions about, a lot of uncertainty about that. We've also, a more recent one, we covered some digital capabilities, so we've made enhancements. So we've used one of the webinars to educate members, because some are open to doing some of the digital capabilities or using them, but they didn't necessarily know they were available and know how to use them. So Some of our team demonstrated that, as well as provided some, in fact, I see Chris in the audience, he provided some great education for parents helping their kids with helping kids learn about personal finance, wise use of credit, the importance of savings, and some of those type things. So we have another one coming up. Trying to remember, I thought I had a note in here. Let's see, I think it's in, yeah, there it is. November 9th is our next one, in case anyone wants to join. Just you sign up on our website. And I think on this one, we're going to talk about how to protect yourself from fraud, especially with the holiday season coming up. The fraudsters are always out, and they're always looking for ways to take advantage of people, sadly. So we're going to be providing more information to our members about how they can protect them and their family as part of that webinar. We always have opportunities for questions. We've also had another series of webinars going on. We call our 2023 Economic Forecast. A lot of questions about the economy, affects, what I'd say kitchen table issues for our members. And so we have partnered with a firm called Beacon Economics. Dr. Chris Thornburg is an outstanding economist. And we've been, we'll come up on the next one is December 7th. So that will be the fourth one that we've done this year. And again, Chris provides his expert insights about what to expect in the economy. He provides, he's a bit of a contrarian, especially when you look at what I'd say mainstream media press coverage of the economy, and provides a lot of key proof points from the data he has to give what he thinks is a more objective view of economic trends. And we take questions, get a lot of engagement, a lot of great questions from members. There's some, I've been really impressed by some of the questions our members ask, and Chris answered those. So those are two things we've tried new this year, just trying to enhance the communication to members, as well as just the information that we provide. And because of their webinars, obviously no matter where, they can serve members in all of the markets that we serve. I mentioned as well, we've continued to offer and have enhancements to our Added Advantage loyalty program. In essence, this is a very competitive program. We think one of the best in the financial services industry. I'm biased, but I really do think it's a great program. And in essence, the more members do with us, and many of our members are already very highly engaged, they get more benefits. It's free to join. They get more benefits. The more you do, the more benefits. So benefits could include bump rates on a CD, could discounts on loans, and those types of things. So, and we also have giveaways, typically in the summer, as well as in the holiday season. It's going to be coming up, and we offer some giveaways for those who've signed up, and you can see some of the happy winners in the pictures here. So really excited to have that program, and members really enjoy it, as does our team. It's a great, shall we say, conversation starter. So I also, the last topic I wanted to talk about, as I mentioned at the start of my report, is our Nuvision Cares initiative. And this is, I talked about our purpose being we help people build lives, and I mentioned the members as being, the community as being part of that, our focus on building lives. And with our community efforts, we really have three pillars that we generally focus on. One is helping those in need. For example, I continue to be amazed by the level of food insecurity that is present in some of the communities that we serve, including right here in Orange County, but not just in Orange County. And then also we have a long history of saying thanks and offering appreciation for our military and first responders, so veterans, active military, and first responders, police, fire, nurses, those who come through for our communities and really make our communities work and support our communities. That's another pillar. And then lastly, I've already mentioned it some, is our youth financial literacy, really focused on with schools, and we have an essay challenge and many different things we do to really help young people learn the wise use of financial services. And because we really do want to make sure, for example, loans, credit cards can be great as long as you use them wisely. But you can also get yourself in trouble with a credit card as a young person, and we want to make sure they understand that because we want them to be good for the long run, not just you run up a credit card balance and get in trouble. So we try to protect them, by providing information, and we partner with parents to help them as well. So just to give you some highlights of some of those examples of the pillars, We've done lots of things. In 2022, we conducted more than 60 community activities in our various markets, and so things like meals for first responders, such as the lunch we did for the nurses at the Fountain Valley Hospital, and meals for firefighters, police in several of the markets that we serve. I'm going to show you a video in just a little bit. You'll see a few highlights, but a number of markets, including Orange County and Anchorage and other areas. Food drives for at-risk youth in our community. That tends to be in our food insecurity work. We kind of have a special focus on youth to make sure they're getting food. It's hard to learn in school if you're hungry. So we really try to come along and help those people, help those in need. As well as I mentioned, and we do this a lot, it's really a big part of, we've got back from even the aerospace days, always had a tie to defense industry. It's part of who we are. So serving meals to veterans and active duty military, and in fact, just in Anchorage, I think there's a picture, cleaning grave sites for those who've made the ultimate sacrifice as a way to respect them and to respect and honor their families as well. And helping families, also another focus area for us is helping families whose children are facing, debilitating diseases such as cancer. So I'm really proud of what the team has done. One of the big things, and I think it's coming up in a talking point here, that for all this to work is our team does a lot of, the credit union provides dollars, but it's the volunteer hours that really make this difference. And in some cases, our members, like the Toys for Tots drives and some of those type of things, our members partner with us and they donate. So it's a great collaborative effort. And most of what we do is we try to find good partners. Let's say on the food insecurity, you're going to see something like in Orange County, there's Bracken's Kitchen, who does a great job. They're good at that. So we try to find partners who are really good and at what they do and try to amplify the great work they're already doing. So one of the things we were honored to get this last year is from the Anchorage Chamber, the 2022 Distinguished Services to the Community Award winner. Our team earned the top spot there. So just, kind of by the numbers, we impacted over 16,000 people. That's directly impacted, plus many thousands more indirectly. We donated over $182,000, and we had over 1,300 hours of volunteer time. So we're really proud of what the team did there. So our team put together a brief little highlight video to give you a sense of some of those activities that I just went through, and I'm crossing my fingers always on the technical stuff that it works. Our team's worked hard, and Abby, I think we're ready when you are.
Hey, we have Nuvision Credit Union helping us out today.
Nuvision not only writes some checks, but they actually come out volunteer. So really grateful for you.
Blood Drive is a great cause for Nuvision. It really helps the community.
Forever and ever, oh, we can be heroes.
We're here to honor all of those who have made sacrifices for our country and our freedom.
We celebrate veterans. The veterans helped the United States or other countries.
We've always been about how can we help our members build their lives, how can we help our team members build careers and build lives, and also how can we support our community.
We're so fortunate to have Nuvision be our partner in our financial help. God bless you.
Together, we can make a difference in lives of those who need it.
Giving back to the community, it's a great, rewarding feeling.
It's always been very, very important to everyone at Nuvision to make sure that we give back to, our military and our veterans.
the life you build.
Thanks. So again, a nice wrap, going to highlight reel, if you will, that, you know, the great work that we're able to do because of our member support in the community and because of our team member support, all those volunteer hours and such. You saw so many, including people in this room and many who are just on the team, not in this room. So just to wrap it up, I want to say thank you to our board officials who serve as volunteers to help guide the credit union to our futures and their families, because they're in a lot of meetings. So thank you to the families who support them as they support us, our executive team and our leadership team. And really, I said we got over 500 team members. Those are the people who make the credit union work for members each and every day. It's their work that allowed me to get up here and do what I do and provide the report and the progress that I report is because of their great effort each and every day. And to our Nuvision members, you know, we thank you for your trust, your commitment. We thank you for your membership. We know you have choices. We've got over 155,000 members now, and so we're just really honored to have your membership, and we'll continue to work to be worthy of your business each and every day. So with that, I thank you, and it's my pleasure to next introduce our chair of our supervisory committee, Doug Haig.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Roger. The Supervisory Committee is responsible for ensuring that the credit union meets required financial reporting objectives and establishes practices and procedures that are sufficient to safeguard members' assets. The Supervisory Committee does this through a number of different functions, but primarily we engage 2 national CPA firms to perform internal audits of Nuvision. Those firms are RSM and Crow, both of which have extensive experience with credit unions. Nuvision also utilizes another national CPA firm, Clifton Larson Allen, to perform quarterly compliance reviews. But probably most importantly, the Supervisory Committee engages the national CPA firm, RSM, to perform a financial audit of the financial statements of Nuvision. In 2022, the financial statements were audited by RSM. Nuvision's financial statements for 2022 received an unqualified opinion from RSM, which is the highest level opinion given. The Supervisory Committee is therefore pleased to report that Nuvision Credit Union has been operated in a safe and responsible manner and that it has maintained a strong financial position during 2022. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little carried away there.
Old and new business, as there is no unfinished business, and there is no notice new business, we now turn to the elections. I'd like to introduce John Cullum, Chair of the Nominating Committee.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of Nuvision Nominating Committee and the Board of Directors, there were 2 open positions for a 3-year term that were available. This year, the Nominating Committee presented nominees for Jim Meyer and for Matt Woodruff. Next slide, please. No nominations were received by petition, Running unopposed, all candidates will assume their term for which they were nominated. So congratulations to Mr. Woodruff and to Mr. Meyer. Congratulations. With that, Mr. Chairman.
At this point, I'd like to have a recognition and a thank you, Jim LaPere, for your work, and Susan for being the power with Jim, and Steve Vogadine for his work, and his wife Kathleen for being the power with Steve. And it also bears in mind that they represent 30 years, 3 decades of work with us. And we also have Lucius Mack, who represented, I knew him for 30 years and decades of work with the board. And just to go off script for a moment, going back to the days of Douglas, which was a new technology of aviation, and we were in the early days with Lucius and Steve and Jim of early days of the internet, before the days of social media, before the days of smartphones, through a great financial crisis, and working towards the future of innovation. And all of us are working together so that we can be relevant and useful for our members. And it works with our directors and also with Roger and Roger's exemplary colleagues who do it. I want to thank not just my board colleagues, but also the others who really, day in, day out, make this work. We set the direction, and our colleagues make it happen. I want to thank you. Okay? At this point, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? We adjourn the 20. Director Gerasi, do we have a second? A second from Director Meyer. Are there any opposed? All in favor? Aye. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Now, we would like to have some time for some Q&A. And CEO Roger will facilitate that, although we all will be here.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So again, for those online, I have a tablet here now so I can actually see questions if we get any. If you'd like to submit a question, just click on the kind of Q&A icon. It's at the bottom of the Zoom screen, and then you can type in your question there, and if all works as it should, I can see it on this tablet. So with that, I'll start. Are there any questions in the room here in Huntington Beach, California? But I planted a question. How about, and I don't see any questions on the screen either. Okay. Going once? Going twice? Double checking my, okay. It's been a while since we have any meeting and no questions, so. We get a chance next year. We'll keep doing that. And I just remind you, that Nuvision Insights webinar is coming up. Got another one, coming up in, that one's November 7th. And then the Beacon Economics on December, November 9th, December 7th. So if you are interested, it's a free event, and just sign up on our website. We'd love to have you as part of that, and you can ask questions there too. So with that, I just, before I wrap it up and just let us go, I just want to say a big thanks to, again, our board and so many of our staff. I won't be able to name all the names, but I know our Senior Executive Assistant, Nicole King, has been really instrumental, and a lot of people worked to put this together. And so, Crystal and Abby and Philip and probably others, I can't name, I don't actually know every person who's been involved, but our staff works hard. And especially since we, do serve a wide geographical market, we, at least provide the infrastructure and the opportunity to participate in Zoom and such, so that takes quite a bit of planning and such. So I just really want to thank them, and our marketing team, as a whole, just did a great job in setting everything up. And I know many of our team members and leaders took time to be here, as well as some members. I see Brad and Randy there, so thank you for coming. So with that, I think I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you, and have a good rest of your evening. Bye. Thank you.